This video is a review and overview of the GVM-SD200D Bicolor LED Video Spotlight. I will be discussing the following topics. 1. Unboxing and overview. I will show you what comes with this light and point out some of its key features. 2. Assembly. I'll show you how to build the light from top to bottom in a few different configurations. 3. Operation. I'll show you how to control the light using the light's onboard controls, plus I'll show you how to operate it using an app. 4. Review. After thoroughly testing out the light, I'll let you know if I think it's worth purchasing. A special thanks to GVM for sending me the lights to review, but they are not paying me. As always, my evaluation will be honest. I'll leave links to everything I discuss in the description below this video if you want to check them out. Let's get started. Unboxing. The GVM-SD200D Bicolor LED Video Spotlight comes in different configurations. The kit that I am reviewing included a carrying case that has a Velcro locking handle and zippers. I like that GVM created a custom case for this light. Light cases add portability and protection. The case is padded and it fits everything nicely. Then we have the GVM-SD200D light with yoke, of course, which has a color accuracy standard of CRI 97, which is very good, so it produces natural colors. This cob LED light weighs just 6.8 pounds. You also get a mini diffuser that simply screws into place in front of the light. It definitely diffuses the light a bit, as you can see. You also get a Bowens mount reflector, a power supply, a power cord that is quite long. Notice the green Velcro cable ties to help keep the cables neat. Thank you, GVM, for thinking of that. A Velcro power supply strap. I love this thing. It keeps the power supply from dangling off of the light. Simple, yet works well. And a manual and certificate. In addition, my kit also included a light stand and a 23.6-inch octagon-shaped softbox with grid that fits nicely in this bag. Assembly. Assembly is easy. First, spread out the legs of the tripod and then lock them into place. This tripod feels sturdy. Next, unlock and extend the 3 levels of the tripod to your desired height, and then lock them into place. The light can be mounted in 2 very handy ways: horizontally and vertically. Don't forget to lock it in place. Next, unlock the 2 side knobs, then tilt the light to your desired angle. It tilts quite a bit, which is nice. Then lock it into place. I'll Velcro strap the power supply to the light stand. This keeps everything nice and tidy. Next, I'll pull off the protective cover to reveal the DC interface. Then I'll insert the power plug from the power supply into the light. I love how it locks into place. It's a very secure connection. Then I'll plug the power cable into the bottom of the power supply. And of course, plug the other end into a power outlet. The light on the power supply illuminates green when it has power running to it. Next, I'll attach the Bowens mount reflector. The 3 prongs on the back of the reflector line up with the 3 slots on the light. Insert it, then rotate it slightly clockwise until it locks into place. By the way, to remove the reflector, just press the lock button and turn the mount counterclockwise and pull the reflector out. Instead of the reflector, let's use a softbox, so we will build the one that came with my kit. First, grab the body of the softbox. It's black on the outside and silver on the inside. Open it up to reveal the inner silver side. Pick up a rod. Notice it has a fat end and a skinny end. The skinny end needs to go through the little white loop and then into the black holding pouch. It just slides into place and then stops. You'll need to repeat this step. This softbox uses 8 rods. Next, you'll need the Bowens ring. It has several holes in it. You'll use 8 of the holes. Place the body of the softbox on the floor with the fat end of the rods facing up, like a teepee. Then insert the rods into the ring. I've already done 7 of them to save time. This is the last one. Next, connect the softbox to the light using the Bowens mount. Just line up the prongs, insert and turn clockwise slightly. It will lock into place. Then Velcro close the back of the softbox to prevent light from leaking. Next, we will attach the inner layer of diffusion. It just clips on using the white loops. There are 8 of them. After that, we will Velcro into place the outer layer of diffusion. Finally, to keep the soft light more directional, we will Velcro on the grid. This softbox creates a very nice soft light with its dual layers of diffusion. Here are a few accessories that I tried on the GVM-SD200D. Need a small beam of light? Buy a snoot with a honeycomb grid on it with a Bowens mount, and attach it to this light. Check out how you can illuminate a small object with a small beam of light. Need flattering light that still produces some soft shadows? Buy a white beauty dish with a Bowens mount and then attach it to this light. You'll really like the results. Many pros swear by these beauty dishes. Operation. The light is pretty easy to use. Let's flip the power switch to on. That turns the light on, of course, and a nice LED screen displays some helpful information. If I press the mode button several times, I can cycle through the different modes. Rotate mode is for controlling the light with its onboard controls. Next, we have slave. In slave mode, this light can be controlled by a separate light that is in master mode. If I press the mode button again, we get to master mode. In this mode, this light can control other lights set to slave mode, meaning the slave lights will mimic brightness and color temperature settings that we dial in on this master light. The next mode is app. In app mode, we can control this light with an app on a smartphone, for example. I'll show you that shortly. The next mode is DMX. You can buy a lighting controller or console that plugs into the DMX interface on this light. These types of controllers are often used in television studios, for example. If I press the mode button again, we get back to rotate mode. We see on the LED screen that we are at 100. That is the current brightness setting of the light. If I rotate the compound knob, I can dial the brightness of the light all the way down to 0. The dimming ability of this light is pretty fantastic, by the way. It can be fine-tuned from 0 to 100 in 1% increments. Not all lights can do this. This is also a good time to mention just how incredibly bright this 200-watt light is. Just to capture this image, I had to set my lens to something crazy like f/16. If I push the compound knob in, we can now change the color temperature of the light. We are at 5600 degrees Kelvin, which is daylight. We can dial down to 3200 degrees Kelvin, which is tungsten. So why is having a bicolor light important? Let's say you're shooting a shot with a window in your scene during the day. To get a matching color temperature with a light, it's very handy having a light that can be dialed to 5600 degrees Kelvin, the color temperature of daylight. Here's another scenario. Let's say you are shooting a scene that has a practical lamp in it that's 3200 degrees Kelvin. Having a light that is bicolor and can be dialed to 3200 degrees Kelvin is also very handy. The lighting sources will match. Controlling the light with an app. The GVM-SD200D can also be controlled by a free iOS or Android app using Bluetooth. I downloaded it from the App Store. It's called GVM-LED. By the way, you'll see a QR code sticker on the power supply. Open your camera app on your smartphone with scan QR codes turned on, and you'll be directed to a web page where you can download the app. I'll press the mode button on my light to get to the app mode. I'll launch the app on my phone by tapping it. You'll notice that the app found the light and it's under Devices. If I tap Manage and then Connect, I can control the light with my phone. The top dial is for controlling the brightness of the light. I can go from 100 to 0 and anywhere in between. The dial at the bottom is for controlling color temperature. I can go from 5600 degrees Kelvin to 3200 degrees Kelvin or anywhere in between. I'll go back to 5600K. If I tap the Scene tab at the top of the app, I can go into Scene mode. The first lighting effect on the list is lightning. The next effect is candle. Then we have bad bulb. Below that is the fireworks effect. Next, we have strobe. Then we have TV. After that is the explosion effect. Finally, we have paparazzi. If I go back to explosion, you can see that we can adjust the brightness of the explosion. And then below that, the color temperature of it. I like these effects and how they can be modified. Review. I really like the GVM-SD200D bicolor LED video spotlight. I love that it comes with a nice carrying case. I also love that it's bicolor and dimmable. It makes dialing in precise brightness and color temperature settings very easy. The app is handy and simple to use. And the brightness of this 200-watt cob light is impressive. Great to use with light modifiers that often cut down on light output. Honestly, for the money, it's hard to find many flaws with this light. Sure, the housing material of this light is aluminum and plastic, but I find it to be quite sturdy. You'll pay 2 to 3 times more for better materials, and I don't think that it's worth it in my opinion. Just take care of your gear and it will last. The only critique I have is with the softbox that came with my kit. It's good to get started with, it does produce very nice soft light and it's very rugged, but you'll probably soon discover that you'll want to buy a bigger softbox that creates even more soft light and is faster to assemble. I guess that's not really a critique, just something to consider. To summarize, I own a bunch of GVM gear, and I've always been amazed that they are able to make such high quality products at a very budget friendly price. The GVM-SD200D is no exception. I highly recommend it. Well, I hope that you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe.